to the Trudy with Trudy show. It is Dallas Cowboys showtime, as I would call it, as our Dallas Cowboys will take on the Chicago Bears here in about an hour and a half or so. So joining me today, because Trudy decided to take the weekend.
Yeah.
Joining me today is my friend Ricky Bobby. Ricky, how are you, sir? I
I'm
know you're
doing
watching
great.
the Commanders game.
Yeah.
Where's the Commanders game at right
We're
now?
over here.
How are we doing with the Commanders?
2010.
20-10.
We're hanging in there.
I told you you'd be fine.
No Jaden Daniels, but we're okay.
No Jaden Daniels, but here's the
26
surprise
Daniels,
game.
sorry.
Here's the surprise game so far.
Yes.
Are there any Rams fans here at the bar right now?
I know
think
we got
it's
an
one,
Eagles fan in
right?
here.
There's a Rams fan, and then there's an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
But the Eagle fans are being pretty quiet, which is a good thing for our Dallas Cowboys, because I think the current score right now is 26-14 Rams.
Yeah.
Did you see that coming?
I picked the Rams. I didn't see it coming.
Which, by the way, breaking news: the tush push got called for a false start earlier today.
Yes.
So that's
Yeah.
good.
The right guard jumped like he always does, and they finally called it.
And for those of you that are watching us now and want to join us, we are over at the Hollow, the bar, 14532 Brook Hollow Boulevard. See, I told you I'd get that right.
It took me a while to get it right, but I do know it. So.
Yeah. So, and behind the bar today, we've got Julie and we've got Allie, which, by the way, if you are here at the bar right now, I'm giving away a bucket of beer. Ricky's going to give away a bucket of beer.
Yep.
I'm going to give away some Cowboy merch between now and the start of the game. So come on out, have some fun, watch the Cowboys go 2-1. See, you like that, Jerry? I just made it. It just rhymed. Come on out, have some fun, watch the Cowboys go 2-1.
And it rhymes. Yeah.
See, now, are you excited? Well, I know you're not. Okay, let's be honest here. Ricky Bobby of the show is a diehard Commanders fan.
Right.
But you did come up with some pretty good trivia for the guys if they participate today.
Yeah.
You know, so
I think I did.
You actually stumped me, sir.
Really?
You actually stumped
See,
me.
to me, that's an honor. That's an honor.
And you stumped the sports guy. So
Yeah.
you don't know who I am. I'm Dillon of the Fanatics on Ticket 760. It's right above my head.
Yeah.
You can catch me on the Fanatics every Sunday, 10 to noon on Ticket 760. But it's all about Cowboys talk now. We are T-minus 1.5 hours or so away from kickoff at Soldier Field.
Yep.
I don't know if you're a Cowboy fan or not. Well, I know you're not. But, Jerry, I got to ask you, are we worried about today's game?
I'm not.
You're not?
I'm not.
Okay, you're not. And I think that most fans shouldn't be, but you can't fall asleep because here's the thing. We play Green Bay next week.
Yeah.
Micah Parsons returns to Cowboys Stadium, and I think the Packers are kind of looking forward to that game per se because I think they're struggling right now against Cleveland.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
You're excited for that game.
Yeah. I want somebody to pancake them. When I say him, I mean Parsons.
I'm looking forward to Clowney starting today, or not starting, but getting some playing time against, this Chicago Bears offense. Which, look, I'm an OU guy. Look, we told Trudy we weren't going to talk about college football, but we were going to talk a little bit about it. Caleb Williams was a guy that crushed my heart. He went off to USC after leaving OU.
Yeah.
And he's struggling in the NFL, and I'm happy for it.
No.
So we got a couple comments though. Jerry, who do we got?
We got Vanessa in the chat saying, "Hi guys,"
Hello, Vanessa. How are you?
and then we have Mama Emery saying, "Good, go Cowboys."
See, Mama Emery's so happy that I'm a Cowboy fan again.
She is.
She's probably going to say something about this whole Washington
And
jersey.
I would expect her to.
Yeah, she would.
Yeah.
She, we did live in Maryland for a while, and
Really?
yeah, we were actually there the year the Cowboys went 1-15, but we beat somebody in November. Remember that?
Yeah, I do
Ricky?
remember that.
I'm just saying. So, keys to the game. There's a lot of things to get to. We're playing. We're a 1.5 point favorite right now, which I think the line should go up. And honestly, it was a game last week that came down to our foot of Aubrey, which hopefully today we don't have to deal with that.
Look, I mean, the Cowboys were lucky to win that game. Let's be honest. The Giants had that game.
Okay.
If it wasn't for Aubrey's 64-yarder, no time left.
I tend to agree with you on that because the secondary for the Dallas Cowboys, let's be clear here, it was open like crazy, and you got to see the Dallas Cowboys make that transition today.
Yeah.
Because Caleb Williams, if he's able to get out of the pocket and he's able to run and he's able to pass it deep, well, there you go. The Cowboys defense is going to be something that is key today.
Well, and you have to think, too, that what they do the offseason, who do they get as head coach?
Yeah.
The number one offensive coordinator, the most sought-after coach last year in Ben Johnson.
Yeah, they did.
And you have Williams,
Right.
number one pick.
Right.
and they've scored 45 points this year.
But here's the thing: Cowboys defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus
Yes.
is calling the defense against the Bears, which, by the way, they fired him last year.
Yes.
So it's kind of one of those things where I think that Matt is going to be up for this game. I think he knows the offense, obviously.
So
that plays advantage for the Dallas Cowboys. Yes or no?
Well, yes.
Okay.
But Eberflus versus Ben Johnson. I got Ben Johnson.
Okay. Yeah, because you don't like the Cowboys.
Well, that's not true. I'm expecting the Cowboys to win the game.
Right, because the Eagles dropping it, and how big this win could be for the Dallas Cowboys. Because if you think about it, if you go 2-1, it looks like the Eagles are falling apart per se, even though they're driving right now to make this game very interesting.
Yeah.
But it's 26-14, 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. A couple other games that are going on, like I mentioned earlier, the Packers. Right, they're worried about the Dallas Cowboys, or they're thinking about the Dallas Cowboys because in Cleveland right now, with about a minute to go in the third quarter, the Packers are up 10-0. That's kind of surprising to me. And then the Colts are taking care of the Titans right now with about 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, 27-13. The Vikings all over the Bengals right now, 34-3. I called it the hospital game today on Ticket 760, but
Who'd you pick?
I picked the Bengals in that one, and that was terrible for me. Other teams around in week 3, obviously the Bills defeated the Dolphins, which the Dolphins have got to change. The Bills defeated them 31-21. The Colts, which by the way I mentioned are all over Tennessee, they're undefeated, and the Colts are doing things that people didn't think that they were going to do. Indiana Jones, aka Daniel Jones, a former New York Giant, is having his way up there in Indianapolis. He's found a home. He's found an offense.
Yeah.
The senior citizen, Aaron Rodgers himself, is doing things against the New England Patriots right now. The Steelers lead with about a minute to go in the third, 14-7.
Yep.
And like I said, the Rams and Eagles game, well, let's just say that this just got interesting because the Eagles just scored. So now the Rams lead it 26-21.
Yeah, that's the game of the hour right now.
And the fashion game of the game of today is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in their creamsicle jerseys all over the New York Jets right now, 23-6. Yeah. My man Baker Mayfield, 15-20, 157 yards and 1 touchdown. Your Commanders pulling away from Raiders. It's 27-10. And Pete Carroll, which, by the way, fun fact, guys, leave it in the comments. How old do you think Pete Carroll is? Because he's old.
I'm going to say 104.
104. Wow. The Panthers, this is a surprise to me, okay? Atlanta is being shut out by the Carolina Panthers at the moment. The Carolina Panthers lead the Falcons 20-0. And in another game, the Houston Texans are not looking good against the Jacksonville Jaguars right now with about 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, 10-3. And Sunshine, a.k.a. Trevor Lawrence, leading the way, 15-27, 138 yards. It does not surprise me because I think Houston might be in trouble, and I think that they might be looking for a new coach.
I think so, too.
And they were good last year. What happened?
Well, it's we call it the sophomore slump. We call it everything in the world, but I don't think it's a sophomore slump anymore if you don't have an offensive line and you don't have the defense right now. We got a couple comments.
Yeah, we got Mama Emery saying, go Rams.
Go Rams, yep, because she's a diehard Cowboy fan. I love it.
And she also says, we love Baker.
We do love Baker, and that's because, well, it's an OU household.
Who doesn't love Baker?
You cannot hate Baker.
You can't.
A lot of Houston Texans fans hate Baker because of the game-winning drive he did last week. Again, guys, we are over here at the Hollow. In fact, we're getting ready to give away a free bucket of beer. Actually, 2 free buckets of beer, no?
Yeah.
And some Cowboy merch. So come on out for the game. It kicks off at, what, 3:25? 3:25, right, Jerry?
3:25, yeah.
Yeah, so, I'm looking forward to it. Because after last week, we get the win. This week, we should get the win. Or are we going to be bitter Cowboy fans at the end of the day?
Look, I'm going to say that today's panic mode for the Cowboys.
Panic mode?
Panic mode.
Okay.
If you don't win today.
Ricky, go ahead. Give us, preach, my brother, preach.
Okay, so look, you have the Packers next week.
We do.
So in addition to playing the NFC East twice,
okay,
the Cowboys play the entire AFC West, the entire NFC North.
Yep.
That's 8 playoff teams from last year. So
What?
put in the 2 games, Philly and Washington.
Ricky, I'll be honest with you. I think you'd be preaching a little different right now if your Commanders weren't up so big on the Raiders right now.
Well, I mean, we play both divisions as well.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not the Cowboys.
We're not the Cowboys.
If Aubrey didn't
When was the last time you went to the Super Bowl? We can argue this all night.
91.
1991. Who beat you that year? Yeah, these guys with the star. That's what I'm just saying. You know, I mean, it's.
Well, I think we're going to split this year. You know this, right? We always split.
You want to make a bet on that?
Sure, absolutely.
I think we take care of you in 2 games.
You think?
Oh, yeah, I know.
We're
Your coach got knocked out today by his own quarterback. Did we not see that earlier today?
That was hardcore though.
That was like a hard hit. Like, hey, I'm just saying, like, I get it. See, this is the fun part about hosting with Ricky is when the Commanders are doing great, he's in a good mood. So that's what makes this show fun today.
Well, and going back to the Cowboys, I mean, with all the teams they play, 9 of their last 14 games are against playoff teams.
Yeah, the Cowboys have a difficult schedule, sir.
Right.
And we could win the NFC East. I'm just saying.
Next week is the big test. Green Bay.
I don't think it's a big test, though. Like, I think you have to win the games that you're supposed to win. Right? We always say that, right? Like, so a couple years ago, the Cowboys didn't win against the Jets.
Right.
And they should have won against the Jets. You have to win these games. This game is on the radar. It's in Chicago.
Right.
Chicago fans hate their team anyways. As soon as Caleb Williams throws an interception, the whole fans are going to turn around and be Cowboy fans. All of a sudden, at Soldier Field.
So Bears in the last 2 weeks giving up
7 in the air, 7 touchdowns in the air.
Well,
the Cowboy or the Bears defense.
So the Bears have given up a little over 800 yards to the defense.
Yeah.
No, 794. Guess who gave up more?
Who?
Cowboys.
Okay. See, yeah, we appreciate all the Cowboy hate today on the Trending with Trudy show. Well, yeah, okay, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I wish that Trudy would be here to help defend me right now, but I mean, it is what it is.
I still expect the Cowboys to win.
It will get the scores at the end of the show, but I feel like you're that commentator right now that's like, I don't like it, but I'm going to change your mind. And that's the fun game. A couple other later games on is one of the ones that Trudy likes because Trudy is secretly a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Right. But like I say, I'm a Taylor Swift fan this week because I'm feeling 0-2. Are they going to beat the Giants tonight in primetime?
That's a good question. I mean, look, there's no easy game.
If they get the Giants from last week that the Cowboys got, they're in trouble.
450 yards.
He had 400. Yeah, he only had like 200 against your team. He cranks up about 400 against the Cowboys. And on the season right now, he has 618, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. That's the crazy part. And by the way, the leading rusher for the Kansas City Chiefs so far, Patrick Mahomes, 13 carries, 123 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Right.
So is Kansas City in trouble?
Yes, I think so.
Is Andy Reid going to retire after the end of this year?
I would say no, but it's on the horizon. I would say the next year or two, Andy Reid's done.
Okay. I would maybe agree with you. But again, we are out here at the Hollow, 14532 Brook Hollow Boulevard. Come on out. Have a chance at some free beer. I don't know how much louder I can say that. Free beer. Free Miller Lite on me. And then free Miller Lite on Ricky, the Commanders guy. And then, we've got some merch that we're going to give away. We've got some Cowboy trivia. For those of you who are diehard Cowboy fans, guess what? I've got hard trivia for you. If you're a Charger fan, if you're an Eagle fan, and you just want some free beer, I've got some easy Cowboys stuff for you. I can't tell you when was the last time the Cowboys won the Super Bowl. I was 15. I'm 45 now. It's been 30 years. It's like a 30-year curse.
It's been longer for us.
Okay, nobody cares about the Commanders, though. That's what I'm telling you. You guys, we're going to take a little bit of a break. You're watching the Trending with Trudy show, and we'll be back right after this.
Welcome to the Hollow, located at 14532 Brook Hollow, your go-to spot for great vibes and non-stop action. Whether you're kicking back after a long day or meeting up with friends, the Hollow is the perfect place to unwind. With a wall of TVs, you'll never miss a second of your favorite games. Every seat is the best seat in the house. Grab a cold drink, enjoy some mouth-watering food, and cheer on your team in a lively, welcoming atmosphere. casual nights out to high-energy game days, the Hollow brings the experience to life. And don't miss our annual events, like the legendary Hollow Crawfish Boil, a local favorite you won't want to skip. Come on in, make yourself at home, and stay a while. The Hollow is always serving up good times.
Welcome back in to the Trending with Trudy show right here at the Hollow on 14532. You know what's funny is during the commercial break, I actually went diva mode. Ricky, I went diva mode. I went to the producer and I said, you know what? I want Trudy on the show right now. And you know what he did? He brings Trudy on the show. There she is right there. There she is.
Here I am, you guys. Hi.
How are you? Are you ready for the game?
I'm so ready for the game. I got my Cowboys gear on, ready to go. Thank you guys so much for doing this. I love that y'all are at the bar right now. And yes, Dillon, you got it. 1-4.
I know. I got it right. 14532. It's fun with live television because sometimes, we might not hear her, but Jerry will get it fixed. We know he will, but, we're there and everything else like that. But we are live at 14532, right? We're here at the Hollow. We've got Julie and we've got
Allie.
Julie and who?
Allie.
Julie and Allie behind the bar. And we're going to give away some beer because, Trudy, you know this and I know this. I like to give away beer. I mean, free beer. Like, how do you not have free beer with some trivia? And it's how many in a bucket? Somebody tell me how many in a bucket again.
Six.
It's 6. So you get a 6-pack on
It's
me.
6.
That's one for every Cowboy touchdown,
Yes.
right? Yes. Maybe.
Yeah, so
Trudy,
I'm not sure if y'all can hear me. I don't know if y'all can hear me or not.
We got you loud and clear.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, because I'm in Hawaii right now, just kidding. I'm not that far. But no, you guys, I'm really excited about this game today. But Rick, tell me about your Commanders. How are they doing right now? Because I'm not watching TV right now. I'm working.
Just scored again at 33-10.
Okay. Wow. And Dillon, talk to me. How are you feeling?
Wait, hold on, Trudy, because you just got a challenge flag thrown at you.
Because you shouldn't have to ask
already.
That question. You should know the score.
Wow.
Well, I don't. I'm a little preoccupied with some things right now, but I definitely, since Dillon, called me out, I had to show up. Jerry said you're on right now.
She gets that little text message. It's like, hey, I need you because I'm sitting here with a Washington Commanders guy right now.
And so I dropped everything.
It should be a privilege.
And upon further review, his challenge is overturned. Trudy, you do what you got to do because you got to take care of things. That's what you're doing today.
And you get a timeout back.
And you get a timeout back.
Yeah.
So, Trudy, I got to ask you, though, because after last week, I know I'm supposed to stay outside during the game today. And I'll make sure that I'm outside during the game while the Cowboys offense is on. What are the keys to victory today for the Cowboys?
Dak Prescott needs to show up with CeeDee Lamb catching the ball. I mean, listen.
This guy right here.
I'm just saying, that guy, that jersey you're wearing right there. Because I'm ready to put you in the game at this point. He needs to catch the ball.
I get that, but also, are you concerned, like I was at the top of the show, that the secondary for the Dallas Cowboys is in trouble if they let Caleb Williams get out of the pocket, if they let Caleb Williams have time to look downfield? Is that a problem?
Absolutely. It always will be. And Caleb Williams knows how to get out of that pocket. And if they don't crush him at the very beginning, once he takes those 2-3 steps back, boom, you better look out.
Look, he ain't got time today to take 2 to 3 steps back. I think the Cowboys need to take care of this by the first half. They don't need to allow Chicago to hang around. And that's the problem with the Dallas Cowboys is that last week we let the New York Giants hang around. We let them throw it deep. We let Russell Wilson look like he was a Seattle Seahawk, for God's sakes. And we allowed him to come alive. If anything, we've caused confusion for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think if the Kansas City Chiefs look at just stopping that's an easy win for your Taylor Swifties up in Kansas City.
Well, since you bring that up, since I am a little busy doing some things, I just wanted to show this. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
These are my nephews. Christopher and Benjamin, who are diehard Kansas City Chiefs fans. I mean, look how adorable they are. How do you not like them in red? Like, come on, Chiefs, come on.
Dillon. You can't throw family
Dillon,
out like that.
Tell me about, how are you feeling with the Bears this year?
The Bears this year, they're just going to be terrible, especially with the Caleb Williams off-season drama and everything else like that. He didn't want to be a Chicago Bear. He didn't want to be, and then all of a sudden he says, no, I want to be a Chicago Bear. I want to be this. I want to be that. Caleb Williams has been nothing but drama, and I think Chicago will continue to struggle, and I think that they will continue to be the Bears. I think that you're going to have a diehard fandom there, and what I like about their fans is when they're not happy, they're going to show that today, and I'm hoping that the Dallas Cowboys by the end of quarter one can already have those fans flipped to booing every time that the Bears are on the field.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Ricky Bobby, what's your take today on the Cowboys?
I expect them to win. The Bears are going to Bears. I mean,
The Bears are going to
the
Bears.
Bears are going to Bears.
The Bears.
I'm a big Ben Johnson fan, but he's got, like I said, he's got a number one pick quarterback, and they've scored 40 points this year, which isn't horrible, but
Caleb is not that guy.
I don't think he is either.
I don't think Caleb Williams was worth the number one pick. I think that you get recruited so high in high school and college, and you go to USC and you play under Lincoln Riley's offense, and you're doing all this. You're going to be noticed, especially you play in Los Angeles. You don't play at Norman. You become a number one pick. But here's the problem. Bear fans know this. He doesn't want to be there.
Well, they made excuses for him every week last year.
And the one thing that I'm going to ask both of you, and I'll start with you, Trudy, is that if Chicago's, are they going to draft a quarterback next year? Because there's a pretty good quarterback that might come out of the University of Texas. Well, if he's all right.
I think they have to. Yeah, they're going to have to be, especially with the rate that they're going right now. I mean, look, it's early in the season. They're still. I mean, look at, and I don't mean to switch here, but how many injuries does Dallas have right now?
I think 11. Was it 11?
There's a lot of injuries.
11, yes.
Yeah.
But we can
So
sit
in
here
Sandoval,
on this panel and say this, that nobody plays in the preseason, and that's why we have so many injuries.
I agree. 100%.
well, that's true. That is a very good point.
Yeah, no, the Bears are going to Bears. I mean, you're going to pull the plug on Williams this soon.
I would. I mean, it's
19 games?
Chicago. It's a sports town.
19 games.
19 games, and then give them this season, and then you're done with them.
I think they're going to just keep switching coaches every year until they finally realize that it's not the coaching.
Maybe they should do what Cleveland does and get a quarterback after quarterback after quarterback. Because what does Cleveland have? Like 6 quarterbacks that they go to?
Yeah.
Well, it's Cleveland.
But here's the bottom line: is you really would hope that Dallas today takes care of business, and you can't do what you did last week against the Giants. You cannot keep them around. You cannot make this game interesting. You've got to take care of business on the road.
Right. And quick.
So Dillon, who, or for both of y'all, who is the key player for tonight, for today's 3:25 kickoff game?
I would tell you that the key players is the defense of the Dallas Cowboys. I think that the secondary has to step up. I think Clark has to show us who he is in the trade, because I hear a lot of talk. And then, of course, you got Clowney, who's going to be restricted today. But you've got Jerry Jones, who's he's trying to prove a point, right? And I said this Friday on Ticket 760, is that I don't think they're going to restrict him so much on minutes today. I think they're going to show Green Bay, this is what's coming to you next week. Clowney's a guy that he's a force. I know he's a vet, and a lot of people think that he's there to lead this young Cowboys team. But at the same time, as a fan, I don't want him leading. I just want him doing at this point. And I think that the Dallas defense is the key to today's victory against the Chicago Bears.
So I'm going to say, you say your secondary. I say it has to be the front four. You get pressure from your front four makes your secondary better than what they are.
Yeah, you got to pressure the young Williams.
And
you got to get him out of the pocket.
And then a mediocre secondary looks good when you get pressure.
Of course, but
I'm going to say your defensive
that.
end, your front four is the key to this game.
Trudy,
right?
Okay.
I know you said
All right.
Dak earlier.
I
want your second option. Who's your second option? I know
I'm going to go with. Well, I said CeeDee Lamb, but
maybe I should get a new.
No, don't do that. Just go outside. Just go outside. Remember.
They need to put a TV out there, because otherwise I'm gonna creep into the sliding doors. I'm gonna be like, "Hello, how's it going, everybody?"
I can work on that. We'll see what we can do.
And the people that are watching the show right now, what's your key to the victory? Do you feel that the Cowboys are going to win? How are they going to win? Who's the key to victory? And then also, if you don't like the Cowboys, well, then just let us know that you don't like the Cowboys in the comments. It's that easy.
There's going to be a lot of that.
I'm
There's
just
going to be a
saying.
lot of that, Dillon. Don't egg him on. You've got,
I'm
you've
not
got the
egging
hater
him
right
on.
there sitting next to you.
I know. I'm like sitting here, and there's a bunch of haters over here at the Hollow right now, which is fine. Come on out. We love you.
Oh, it's okay.
But I think that, today is one of those games where you're kind of looking up and you're looking over at the Phillies score over there and you're seeing it. And the Cowboys are warming up right now. And, of course, you're seeing that on the scoreboard at Soldier Field. But you're watching the Eagles come back. I said it in our group chat
So
earlier.
just a second, Dillon. I'm sorry to interrupt. Hold on. So what was the score? Last I checked, Rams were 26, Eagles were 14.
Yeah, now it's 26-21 Rams.
Oh,
so
boy.
the Eagles are starting
Oh, boy.
and the Rams right now are going for it on fourth down with 14 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Positive territory, you would say it, but guess what? Philly just stuffed them, and now they get the ball at the 50-yard line. So this game just turned not in the Cowboys' direction. So if you're the Cowboys now, obviously your focus is what? Take care of Chicago, take care of the games that you need to take care of, and stay right behind Philadelphia, because I'm looking at it, guys, and I'll be honest with you, I think the Eagles are going to pull this one off.
So you don't think
boy.
Washington?
Washington is nothing to me without Daniels. I'm sorry. I know you got Mariota, and I know that it's 34-10, but you're against the senior citizen and the Raiders. Let's be and the Raiders are coming
Sorry,
off.
Michael.
I'm not going to give them excuses, but the Raiders are coming off a Monday night game that was very late, and then they got to fly from Vegas over to Washington and compete in a game at noon. Like I told you, I never bet on the West Coast teams on the East Coast.
Yeah.
You can't do that. And the Raiders are tired right now, and Pete Carroll's got to figure something out, and they're about to be 1-2. And, of course, you've got Washington doing their job that they're supposed to do, and Mariota's that guy, right? He's that guy. Today he can carry, and it's been positive for Washington, but Daniels will come back. But at this point, if you're Mariota, and we can go into Washington talk, Mariota is competing for what now? The starting job.
You think?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Because if you look at C.J. Stroud over in Houston right now, we could say they're struggling because I think it's 10-7 or 10-3. They can't even put it in the end zone. And this is a young quarterback. Daniels is a young quarterback. They both come from Ohio State. They both come from a group that is ready to rock. And the thing is, if I'm Mariota, when I left Atlanta, I left with a bitter taste in my mouth. I want to prove myself because he was a former, I believe, number one pick, if I'm not, but today he's 10 of 15 for 141 yards. Look, they're getting it done on the ground. They're getting it done with the defense. I get Washington as being Washington, but if you're Dallas, you can't afford to do what the New York Giants are going to do after tonight. Because I'll tell you this, the Kansas City Chiefs will handle the New York Giants tonight. But we don't want to be sitting down there with the New York Giants. We want to be sitting up there with possibly the Philadelphia Eagles and also the Washington Commanders. That's what makes the NFC East interesting.
Always.
There's three teams.
Yeah.
There are three solid teams in the NFC East. And in order for us to do it, I say this all the time. You guys could disagree with me or not. Week 3 means something. Week 2 doesn't mean anything.
I agree with that. On that note, Dillon, I'm just going to say this. Let's go Cowboys. Here we go.
I know. And that's the thing is what we have to do as well for you is that you told us that the boys are taking over the show. So guess what? You get to go back to work and we get to keep continuing fun over here at the Hollow. So appreciate it. We will talk soon. And I don't know. Are we doing okay for you? Because
y'all are doing an awesome job. Y'all are doing awesome. I'm just sad I'm not there.
I know.
Well, I kind of miss you. I don't know about Dillon, but I kind of miss you.
You know what's kind of fun though, Trudy? Is like, hey Jerry, say bye. Bye, Trudy.
Okay, bye.
So that was Trudy checking in with us. But again, a key game today. Week 3, key game.
I agree. No, I'm thinking panic mode for Cowboys. If
It's
they
not
don't win
panic mode, though. We're coming off a victory. I don't understand where this is panic mode. We're taking, who's in panic mode is the Atlanta Falcons. They're down on the Panthers 27-0 right now.
So you had a moral victory against Philly.
It wasn't a moral victory. A win's a win. So again, kind of funny here because as we go to break, I can tell you that the Eagles and Rams are just in a fist fight right now. So when we come back, why not? More Cowboys talk. And if you're at the bar right now, I'm going to give away a free bucket of beer. That's all next on the Trending with Trudy show.
And it's Republic Graphics, a veteran-owned.
Bought the company about 2 years ago. And so, I don't know, it's just fun to have it if you're creative and get to do fun stuff and make stuff like this. We're a full functional print and fabrication shop, so we did a little bit of everything. We'll do everything from t-shirts, hats, to full wall build-ups, to building signage.
And so if a team were to want something like this, a team meaning, let's say 12 players on a softball team, how long does it take for those to come out?
So if you go onto the website at the Republic Graphics, tx.com, you go into the Athletic Buddy system. You'll see some of we already have set bodies.
Yeah.
So all we do is we take a picture. When you go to the order page, they'll send us a picture of the face or them in their uniform. And then what we do is we try to curtail it to that. We'll match it to that.
Yeah.
So match it to the number, we'll match it to the uniform, we'll match it to whatever. And then, we ship them out. So usually if we get an order, we can have it out to them within 3 to 4 days.
Wow.
And welcome back. There we go. We're over here at the Hollow at the Trending with Trudy show, 14532 Brook Hollow Boulevard. There's a couple. You know what I love about the football season? So many group chats that you're part of.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm part of another group chat that they're talking about the Texans, and I've got our good friend of our show, Cleto Rodriguez, who's like, the Texans are trash, and of course we're trying to convince him to come on over to the Cowboys. We were talking during the break, though, which I find very interesting. You said there's 3 legit teams in the NFC East.
You said that.
I said that, yes. And you were like, wow, I know of 2. Who are
Right.
your 2? You're going to say Philly for 1. Go ahead and get it out and out right now.
Washington. But you said the Cowboys were the 3rd solid team.
They are. They have a chance to do it. And the thing about Cowboy fans is that, are we realistic? Do we feel like there's a couple things? But there are a couple comments here. So, Jerry, who do we got going?
We got Mama Emery. We got Mama Emery saying the key to victory is scoring touchdowns and 64-yard field goals.
This is very true. That is the motto of the Dallas Cowboys, is 64-yard field goals and touchdowns. But who's got to have the big game? I think there's pressure on Dak Prescott. Yes or no?
Yes.
And with the secondary of the Chicago Bears, he should light them up today. You've got Pickens, you've got Lamb, you've got every option available for Dak. And we can all agree that maybe he's inspired because his Mississippi State Bulldogs are 4-0 in the SEC, which is very interesting to me. So
Look, I'm not going to say Dak is a bad quarterback. He's just not a consistent quarterback.
Just not a consistent quarterback.
Right.
See, you say that, but I disagree.
So people have asked me, can the Cowboys win a Super Bowl with Dak Prescott?
Yes.
Absolutely. Can they win a Super Bowl because of Dak Prescott?
Can any team win a Super Bowl with any quarterback? Ask the Baltimore Ravens. They did it a couple times with Flacco and Matt Hasselbeck.
Can you win a Super Bowl because of Dak Prescott?
Could you win a Super Bowl because of Dak Prescott?
No.
Probably not. It would be a team effort. I would agree with you on that end. But, to be honest with you, I'm not going to sit here and there's a lot of Cowboy shows out there where you're going to have Cowboy fans that are behind the mic and they're saying that this is our year. I'm sick and tired of Dallas Cowboy fans. As I wear this jersey, this is our year. It hasn't been our year since 1995.
You think Cowboy fans are tired of that? Think about the rest of us.
Well, it hasn't been your year since 1991. Yeah. 1 or 2 reasons right there. But at the same time, it's like, as a realistic Cowboy fan, there's a lot to prove for the Dallas Cowboys, and one of those is today. And I think, the next week, we can worry about next week. Yeah. But right now, it's like you got to worry about Chicago, and you got to worry about taking the crowd out. You've got to worry about taking care of business, because here's the thing. You can't go pound for pound against Caleb Williams. No. If you go pound for pound against Caleb Williams, he's younger. Russell Wilson ran out of gas, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. At the same time, you watch the Cowboys offense last week, spark and do what they need to do. Jerry decided that he wasn't going to pay for defense this past season.
Right.
He's going to pay for offense. Again, I'll remind people, Pickens, Pittsburgh Steelers, right? I'm just letting you know, we got offense. If you can outshoot them, you might be able to win. And that's what Jerry's philosophy is at this point.
But you got to make a stop on defense, which
you
they
just
failed
have to make
do
one or
several
two.
times.
You just have to make 1 or 2 stops. If
And
you
they
make 1 or
failed
2 stops, which they failed against New York, but at the end of the day, they still got that W. They're still 1-1.
Yes.
They're still continuing with your Washington Commanders.
Well, they're 2-0 with the moral victory against
I don't count moral victories. I get it. Like, I was impressed with week 1. I wasn't impressed. That's the fun fact, too. I was impressed with week 1. I was not impressed with week 2. Should I not be impressed today so we can get a win? Because every time I'm impressed, it's the moral victory.
I understand that 100%.
So what does Schottenheimer do? What does he tell his team today going into the game?
I mean, you've got to sit there in that locker room today and you say, look, you can't even mention the words Green and Bay together, because a lot of players, and there's a lot of hype, there's a lot of media hype, there's a lot of Micah Parsons talk, there's a lot of this and that. But how much have we talked about the Dallas Cowboys and the Chicago Bears this week? We haven't. I think if you were to ask some Cowboy fans, they're like, who do we play today? I was actually getting coffee today, and a guy said, oh, the Cowboys play today? I was like, yeah. He goes, well, I thought they played Green Bay next week. I'm like, no. That's next week. This week is the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears are 0-2. Make them go 0-3. Make them struggle. Make them really hate that quarterback today, and you've got to do a good, a job against him. I mean, here's the thing about Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams has 417 passing yards on the year. Dak Prescott, 549. Where's the rushing game, right? With the rushing game's not really there for both squads. Receiving yards, CeeDee Lamb, 222 yards total for 2 games so far. So you've got to do something. You've got to make stuff happen today. And the Cowboys have got to do it on the offensive side because, look, I'm not trusting the defense of the Dallas Cowboys. And I think that there's Cowboy fans out there that would say, well, what do you mean? Well, look what we did with Russell Wilson last week. We let Russell Wilson have 444 yards, and that's not what you kind of want. And looking ahead, it's crazy for me because you don't want to look ahead today. And if I'm in the Cowboys locker room and we look at the next 4 quarters, we look at everything that we can do. We don't want this to go into overtime. We want to handle business. We want to get out of Chicago. We want to get home. We want to get that extra rest, right? Because it's all on timing. Like, you go into overtime against these guys, you're not going to be, resting. I see that we got some comments.
Yeah, we have Cleto in the chat.
Oh, poor Cleto.
He might be joining us now. He says, Texans are clowns.
Come on over, Cleto. I've got a Cowboys jersey, Cowboy hats. I've got them all. I'm giving them away right now, too. And if you want to cry your sorrows in beer right now, I'm giving away a bucket of beer today. That's what I'm doing today.
Well, they did get on the board, at least.
Oh, they got a field goal in the second quarter. Let's see. I mean, I told you guys, and I told you, Cleto, you thought I was crazy. You're losing the sunshine. The Houston Texans are in trouble.
Well, don't forget they lost their Pro Bowl left tackle, your blindside protection.
They lost a lot of things. Yeah. They lost a defensive line. They've lost an offensive line. They've lost a quarterback because the quarterback has missed timing. He's missed routing. You've had 2 touchdowns on the year.
Yeah.
2 touchdowns. And those 2 touchdowns came in week 2 on a Monday Night Football game. Yeah. If I'm the Cowboys, if I'm the Texans, I'm thinking about that. Maybe we should be looking at a new head coach.
What about a new quarterback, like you said about the Bears?
I don't think you can go for a new quarterback. I don't think it's CJ's fault. CJ doesn't have enough time to take a look and do his checkdowns or anything else like that. And then his defense, I mean, we look at Baker Mayfield at the Tampa Bay Bucks last week. He goes right down the field and he takes care of him and not only just throws it into the end zone for 6 seconds left, they run it into the end zone against that defensive line. So that was a big punch in the mouth for the Houston Texans last week as they went to 0-2. And it's looking like, I think that's in the fourth quarter. No, Jerry?
Let me check. Hold on. Cleto did say, stop the bleeding. We lost our minds.
Yeah. I think Cleto's blood pressure last week was.
Then the fourth with 9.5 left.
Yeah, 9.5. Oh, they just scored
another field goal or touchdown. Actually,
so Cleto's blood pressure just went back up. Now it's 10 to 9. It's probably about to be 10 to 10. I'm assuming. So it's going to come down to the wire. Which again, the Texans can't afford to lose this one.
No,
not in the AFC South. Not with the Colts doing what they're doing. So I don't know. I mean, but over to the Cowboys again. What do you say to them in the locker room?
Well, first of all, I want to say that all the Cowboys have to do is get to midfield, and you got 3 points, right? I mean, honestly, come on. Aubrey is, I'm going to admit it, not a Cowboy fan. Aubrey is a stud.
He is a stud. Absolutely.
Interesting thing I saw the other day, only kicker in NFL history that kicked the game-tying field goal with no time and the game winner with no time.
Yeah.
That's a record. It's never going to be broken. But look, the guy's good from 67 yards.
67, he's good from 70 yards. But here's the thing: in Chicago, you don't want to do that because it's the Windy City for a reason. That field sits right on that lake, so I mean, you can't really appreciate it. I understand we got another Houston Texan comment at this point.
Yeah, Clipper asks, new head coach, are you high, Dillon?
I don't know if I'm high or not, but I think I'm right. You know, I think at the end of the day, you've got a defensive coordinator who's your head coach, and he needs to focus on the defense. He doesn't need to focus on the offense, and that's the problem. I think that defensive coordinators, I said it on the show earlier today, defensive coordinators such as Britt Venables, who is the OU coach, decided this year he was going to focus nothing but defense and let the offense handle the offense. And, well, you know, the Sooners are 4-0, and they're about to be 5-0 to go into that Red River. But at the same time, I think that, week 3 is the time to panic because there's only been 8 teams that have started off 0-3 that have gone to the playoffs.
Right. And it's a tough division, too. So.
But at the same time, if you listen to the preseason and you listen to everything else like that, the Texans had AFC South locked up. The Colts weren't going to be anything because Daniel Jones was terrible. The Jags weren't going to be anything. And then the Tennessee Titans, of course, are the rebuilding ones. Now, the Tennessee Titans, they have every excuse to go 0-17 or anything else like that. But the Texans, if you're favored the way they were, they're in trouble, and you've got to look somewhere else.
But nobody had Daniel Jones on their bingo card. I know I did.
I don't think even Daniel Jones made the auto draft of our fantasy football league.
I think he's still available, actually.
He could be, and I might go pick him up because I did have to pick up Cam Ward because I had your quarterback as my starter. Yeah. I had to pull him. I had Minnesota's quarterback as my backup, had to pull him, so I went with Cam Ward today. So we'll see how I do.
I had Joe Burrow, so I feel your pain. The only guy that was available, believe it or not, was Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Why was he on the? Who's available?
Because he's 41.
Well,
he's sponsored by
went
AARP.
Off week 1. He went off week 1. So I got Aaron Rodgers. Not proud of it, but I didn't have a choice. Yeah, AARP Rodgers.
I don't know. I mean, Jerry, if you're in the locker room, what are you saying today?
Pretty much need to work on the covering the actual flats because they're just throwing over the ball over the corners.
Right.
And the free safety, the strong safety are nowhere to be found.
Right. No, I agree with you. I mean, that's the thing is the secondary for the Cowboys is what I'm concerned about. I hope that the defensive film and the film room this past week, they were looking at how wide open and how these dropped bombs, and Russell Wilson was just throwing them up in the air.
Ducks. A lot of them were ducks.
But you were right. As you said at the beginning of the show, Ricky, is that the front four of Dallas has got to do a better job. They have got to create that panic. Yeah. They have got to be able to shut down the run when needed, and they've got to take care of that. If you look at Chicago, they can't run the ball. Dallas can't run the ball. This could be a very well game where it's an air raid. It's an automatic air raid the whole game, which is something as a football fan you would love. And I know that we're going to have our little Cowboy haters, sending out group chats and sending out all this and doing all this, and I understand that, but I love it. And I think for the Cowboys, it's very key to go 2-1 because you're welcoming Green Bay next week. Yeah. And Green Bay is probably more than likely going to be undefeated. I know that Cleveland just kicked the field goal and it's 10-3.
Yeah.
So Green Bay is going to be hungry coming into that game next week after the performance they've had today against the Cleveland Browns.
Right. But if it gets to be a shootout between Williams and Prescott, my money's on Prescott. I don't think Williams can keep up. I don't think Williams has that ability to get in a shootout and win.
Look, if you were to ask me and who I trust today, it's Dak Prescott. I know it's hard to say because a lot of people say, "Oh my God, he must be high." And maybe I am. I don't know.
He's due for a good game.
He's due for a great game.
Yeah, it's been a while.
He had a good game against Philly. He had a okay game against New York. But again, you've got to step up today. You've got to be able to handle the Chicago Bears. The only thing that's scary about the Chicago Bears is the mascot. At the end of the day, it's the mascot, and we should be able to take care of it. The line still less than an hour to go till kickoff is Dallas is still a 1.5-point favorite. But we're going to take a break. But coming up afterwards, we're going to give you our picks, and I'm ready to give away free beer because I'm thirsty. So let's give some free beer away next on the Trudy with Trudy show.
Boom! That's the third base right there.
Coach headed to home there, Jerry.
We got one come in
to make that 5
3, I believe.
Yes.
That was another.
Brad from Salvation Army, and guess what, you guys? He's bringing me a kettle. I'm so excited. Come on in, right in here. You guys, look at this.
But it's creeping up.
We were also
This one was okay. Okay, I like it.
Oh, this is the golfer. What's his name? What's Ricky Fowler.
I mean, hey.
I don't know the name of it right now, but I've got a couple in my playlist.
So when it said Chemical Romance, I'm like, is it Lady Gaga? I thought it was Lady Gaga. I'm an idiot. I don't know.
Maybe she took the name. On that one, so.
Yeah, I don't know. You never know. But I don't know if I would know.
Gosh, I mean, look at all that good stuff. You guys, there's still time to come out. This is the first drop right now. Let's move over here. So first drop starting just barely at 12:10. So, I mean, there's still time to come to the door. It's 2,000 pounds.
Do not, but we do because it is customized. The customization piece comes from obviously the measurements. So for men, there's approximately 35 different measurements. Women, there's like 46.
Whoa.
Yes. So
Head
it's
to toe,
very thorough.
In and out. Like my phone's ringing here. Sorry. Yeah. So,
that's one piece of the custom.
Prior to like the red carpet. The red carpet.
Yeah.
I mean, would you love to be a host on the red carpet?
I would. I would be horrible at
No, you would
I
not.
don't know celebrities.
You guys, she's a former TV host.
Oh,
like,
I can
come on.
BS my way through something, but I don't know. That'd be extensive.
And welcome back into the Trending with Trudy show. I'm sorry, but during the break, I just saw something funny. The Cleveland Browns got an interception against Green Bay, and then the Cleveland Browns just scored a touchdown. So now it's 10-10 Green Bay and Cleveland. Please, for heaven's sake, can Cleveland actually do something and just beat Green Bay? Please, that's all I want to do.
This is like their Super Bowl, isn't it?
Basically, well, every game that Cleveland plays, it's a Super Bowl. But I understand, Jerry. We've got some people that want some beer, and it's free.
Yes, we have Dillon up here first.
Wait, me?
No, that's the other Dillon.
Dillon. Hi, Dillon. Hi, Dillon.
Philly Dillon.
Oh, Philly Dillon.
Dillon, yeah.
Well, I don't know if we should go with some hard questions against him. How well do you know the Cowboys? Okay, he hates the Cowboys. Let's see how bad he hates the Cowboys. Should Dillon give him? I'll give him this question. No, he gets excited because there's a lot of things going. Julie, you might have to get a bucket of beer here. Let's see if he gets this right.
No, he's getting the merch. He wants a t-shirt.
What do you want the t-shirt for? So you're going to tell me that you're going to wear this t-shirt if the Eagles lose today?
No, against the Cowboys, maybe.
Okay.
You know what? That's a legit bet.
I like that.
That's a legit bet. Make him wear this.
So
make him wear it. Okay.
Let's see. I want to go with some. Pick 1, 2, 3, or 4. 3. Okay. So, what is the name of the Cowboys practice facility and headquarters? Valley Ranch used to be the name of it. Who said that one? There he goes. Dillon's got it. He's got it. You know what? I'm going to give him the shirt. Jerry, give him this shirt. There you go. So, see, it's that easy, folks.
Congrats, Dillon.
Dillon wins a question from Dillon. He's going to save it for the game. I like this.
You know this is being recorded, right? You have to wear that. We will hold it against you.
Hey, you bring the Eagles shirt.
I'll wear this.
Dylan and Dillon will switch teams for that day.
Hey,
It'll be a Dillon and Dillon
this
switch.
Will be great.
Yeah,
This
see,
will be great. This will be great.
Wait, do we have another person?
This guy's going to get the bucket of beer.
We're doing buckets of beer. We're doing Miller Lite, right?
Yeah.
We like Miller Lite over there? Diehard Cowboy fan, what's your name? Orlando. Ricky, it's your question. You get to give him one.
So which one do we give him?
You decide. He's a Cowboy fan. He's wearing the Cowboy jersey. He's ready.
Do the one that I came up with yesterday?
Oh, if he gets that one, I'm going to buy a shot for him on top of that too.
Well, let's do it.
I'll raise the ante. I'm the Pat
He claims to
McCaffrey
be.
of
He claims to be the
okay.
biggest
All
Cowboys
right.
fan in the world.
Let's do it. Let's see
Okay.
it.
1960, Cowboys were an expansion team. What was their original name of the Dallas Cowboys in 1960? What was the original name of the Dallas Cowboys in 1960?
Now, I want you to think about this, Orlando, because I want you to look at the logos that come out, and there's a cowboy, and he's on top of one of those. And if you think about it, they use these every day at the rodeo. That's my only hint.
You're the biggest Cowboy fan in the world.
And if you like Full Metal Jacket, there was an infamous saying that you're from Texas and there's only...
You're giving that away. You're giving it away.
I like to give away beer. It's fun.
Okay, all right. Maybe we'll give him another one if you can't get it.
The Wranglers, that's close. They were known as the Dallas Steers on that one. Now, I'll give you this question. This is going to be fun. This is an easy one. You better get it because I know you like Netflix. Have you watched America's Team yet? The documentary? And you still hate Jerry Jones like I do? See? He's a great business owner, but I just need him not to be the general manager. What legendary wide receiver wore number 88 in the 1990s? There you go. See? Bucket of beer. Done. See?
There's a first name too, Orlando.
It's Michael Irvin. You are a commander. What year did the Washington Commanders win their Super Bowl? 1991. Who beat them? The Dallas Cowboys. So there you go. So if you go to the bar and ask Julie, a bucket of beer, it's on my tab. So thank you very much, Orlando, for playing. See, it's that easy. Here we go. I like it. Let's see. So we've got a couple comments. Who do we got?
Hold on. Pushing buttons over here.
Pushing buttons.
We got Rebecca Short saying, hi, Rick and Dillon. Go Cowboys.
Hello, Rebecca. How are you?
And then our fan favorite, Chris Garcia.
Oh, my God. Mr. Garcia.
Ricky Bobby, I'm going to the White House, LOL, in quotation marks.
Christopher Garcia and I, the only team we agree on is the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes.
I'll see him October 11th, by the way. And I know he's scared.
And Chris is saying the first 88 is Drew Parsons.
Yes, it is. Yeah, Pearson. Yeah, Drew Pearson is the guy that number 88. By the way, since y'all want 88 trivia, who else has worn number 88?
There's been 4.
There's been 4, but who else is the most prime?
C.D. Lamb, Michael Irvin, Drew Pearson.
Uh-huh.
And there's one more.
Uh-huh.
Preston.
Was it a catch in Green Bay or not?
I'm sorry?
The Dez Bryant.
Dez Bryant.
Dez Bryant. Number 88. So
right.
you gotta love the number 88 club. And what I love about the 88 club, the players who won number 88, Pearson, Irvin, Bryant, and Lamb, are often referred to as the 88 club.
So why haven't they retired that number yet?
No, because they share a responsibility of the pressure that comes with that number, which has become a symbol of excellence for the Cowboys. So if you get number 88, they're expecting you to be legendary, and everybody that has worn the number 88 has been legendary. A lot of people argue with me that Dez Bryant wasn't legendary. Yes, he was.
I agree.
CeeDee Lamb is becoming legendary. Michael Irvin, of course, was legendary, and Pearson was a legendary as well in himself with that Hail Mary against Minnesota.
Well, he actually pushed off a Nate.
Okay, see.
So what number? So who wore 82? What number was Terrell Owens? 82?
Terrell Owens was number
82.
Oh, 81. Terrell Owens was number 81.
Well, maybe that's a future
82 was Jason Witten.
Yeah.
And the thing was Terrell Owens was so set on 81. He never wanted to be 88 or anything else like that. So, it's one of those things where if you're number 88, you're legendary.
Well, you're wearing it, so you're a legend.
I'm legendary, I guess. I mean, I don't know. But, Jerry, let me ask you this. What's your favorite Cowboy?
Well, I'm going to have to say Troy Aikman.
Troy Aikman. I like that.
I'm going to agree.
I would ask you what your favorite Cowboy is, but I'm scared.
I'm going to say Troy Aikman. A lot of respect for Troy Aikman.
Well, I'll be honest. It's either Troy Aikman or Emmitt Smith. One of the two.
I say Troy Aikman. Hands down. One of my favorite quarterbacks ever.
I'm going to throw one for you guys. Jay Novacek.
That's understandable.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Throwing that out there. One of the things about him, greatest tight end, I believe, for the Dallas Cowboys back in the day. He was a guy that was Troy Aikman's second guy out there. I like Moose Johnson.
Yeah.
But we can always talk about the past, but we want to talk about now, right? So if I were to give you a Cowboy today, who's your Cowboy today? You can't take CeeDee Lamb because that's mine.
My favorite Cowboy today?
Yeah.
All right, here's my answer. Silence.
Wow.
Don't have one. Don't have one.
The Raiders are making a comeback, by the way. Look at that. Look at that. You know what? That's what you get for not naming your favorite Cowboy.
I'll give CeeDee Lamb a little bit, just a smidge of credit. Look, it's who's been the most consistent on the Cowboys the last several years.
CeeDee Lamb.
So I'm going to go with CeeDee Lamb.
Okay, Jerry.
I would say Witten if he was still on the team.
Okay. Well, how about now?
Aubrey.
Yeah, see?
You know what?
Aubrey.
I take my answer back. I'm going to say Aubrey.
Okay. Yeah,
Let's
I
say
still
Aubrey.
want to get the Aubrey jersey, by the way, number 17.
I don't blame you. Look, I'm looking at a Washington team that we've missed 4 field goals in 3 games.
Hey,
So,
but you know what, Jerry? Let's give them an update here. I know people are getting ready for the Cowboy games. A couple of them
we got some
might be
comments
held.
real quick.
Oh, we got some comments. Okay.
We got Chris saying throw up the X.
That's what Des Bryant would do all the time. Des Bryant would throw up the X right there. So there you go, Chris. I got you.
Said Owen was 81 and Witten was 82.
Yep.
And then Big 84 Novacek.
Novacek. You know, Troy Aikman, of course, you can't go wrong with Troy Aikman if you're picking Troy Aikman. But a couple information score updates for you guys as you're making your way towards the Hollow, 14532 Brook Hollow Boulevard. The Packers, we all thought the Packers would get away with this, but it is tied against the Cleveland Browns 10-10. By the way, the Eagles just scored against the Rams.
They're up by 1.
And they're up by 1, less than 2 minutes to go in that one. The Colts taking care of the Tennessee Titans 41-20. The Vikings all over the Bengals 48-10. The Rams, like I said, just lost their lead. By the way, the Eagles come out in the second half and they score 20 unanswered, and it's 27-26. The Buccaneers and their creamsicles taking care of the Jets 26-13. Your Commanders, they don't know how to hold on to the lead. The Raiders, with 3 minutes to go, have scored 14 points in the fourth quarter and make it interesting. Geno Smith, 19-29 with 289 yards, 34-24. The Texans, 2 minutes to go there. The Jaguars have the ball and driving, tied 10-10. A couple of late games for you. The Chargers versus Broncos, the Seahawks versus the Aints, the Cardinals versus the 49ers, and later on tonight, the Chiefs versus the Giants. A couple finals that have already happened. The Steelers beat the Patriots 21-14. And how about this one? This is a surprise in the NFL today. The Carolina Panthers defeat the Atlanta Falcons 30-0.
I'm shocked.
Does Kirk Cousins come back now for Atlanta?
If I'm the coach, yes.
It's a time to panic, you know, and
They had 2 great first weeks.
And I think the game right now that's shocking everybody is that the
Philly game.
Eagles are just coming back against the Rams 27-6.
They just failed on the 2 points, so it's a 1-score game with a minute and a half left.
I'm telling you, but we are getting closer and closer to game time. And we got about 2 minutes left in the show. Guys, I want to go down your prediction. Who wins and why? And producer Jerry, I'm going to start with you.
I honestly want to say the Cowboys, but I'm just afraid of the secondary.
Uh-oh. We're afraid of the secondary.
They just let so many bombs go and easy ones that they could have easily picked off.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
But I do like the fact they do have a run game now compared to last year.
They do. But they also need to have Dak Prescott throw for about 300 yards today.
Average.
Now, Ricky Bobby, I want you to be fair and balanced because that's what we do here. We're fair and balanced.
I will be totally honest. I think Cowboys will win. Okay, because the Bears are going to Bears. And I don't think a little pressure, Williams, he's not the guy. Rattle him, and it's done. He's not throwing for more than 200.
You agree because at the beginning of the show, we said that the Chicago Bears should get rid of Caleb Williams.
Well, you said that. I didn't think they should get rid of him. Not yet. But I don't think he's that guy. He's not going to go. He's not going to throw for 300, 350 yards. He's just not going to.
True.
He's not going to do it.
Again, we are out here at the Hollow. Make sure you guys come on out because we'll have a few giveaways for you. We got one more bucket of beer to give away as well as the kickoff is at 3:25. A couple games that are getting interesting now. 3 minutes to go in Tampa. The Jets just scored a touchdown. It's now 26-20. The Jets are trailing by 6. 3 minutes, plenty of time there. But again, the key to today. Shall I take a deeper breath?
Take a deeper one.
Secondary. Secondary is key for the Dallas Cowboys today. And you also have to look at Dak Prescott. Like I said, Dak Prescott will have to do something today, but give me the Cowboys to win this game today, 24-17 over the Chicago Bears.
I'm going to go further. I'm going to say you guys, you could possibly put 40 on.
You could.
I'm going to say 35-17 Cowboys.
As the old OU ball coach would say, Barry Switzer, I hope we hang half 100 on. I hope we get about 50. That would be great.
I'm going to say 35-17 Cowboys. That's where I'm going to say.
Okay, I like it. So there it is. I think, do we have a couple people chiming in here, Jerry?
Yes, we do. We have Chris Garcia saying, I'm shocked because I have Bijan in one of my leagues, and also come on Rams.
Okay.
We got Mama Emery saying field goal will do it.
That's the motto for the Cowboys this
right
year. Hey, look, I'm going to tell you this. 45 seconds to go. The Rams are driving.
Yes, they are.
Plenty of time here for them. Stafford drops back just now. I don't know if they're going to get a flag or not. I highly doubt it. They're in Philly. But again, Christopher Garcia, what does he say?
He says Cowboys will win because Dak is balling and we have the best kicker in the league.
This is very true. I like
absolutely true.
And then Mama Emery says Eagles do not deserve another scrape by win.
No, they don't. I agree with that. And, of course, Washington with a wide open touchdown here. That basically closes the deal against the Raiders right there. But, we've got a couple things. An interesting thing coming out here next Tuesday with the Trending with Trudy.
Yes,
so we want everybody here that can listen, that is watching, to come join us on the 23rd. We'll be back here at the Brook at the Hollow with a Q&A with Councilman Mark White and Project Marvel and the Spurs Arena and what we need to do to vote for that coming up in November. So make sure that you are here in person. You can watch it on Facebook, of course, and YouTube. If you have any questions, leave them there on the post. And, of course, we will get to those. But, again, we want you to come out this Tuesday. Councilman Mark White will be joining us here at the Hollow to answer any of your questions about, again, the Spurs Arena, which is a huge deal here in San Antonio.
It really is. It is.
Apparently the Browns just blocked a potential game winner for the Packers.
Really?
That's what Chris said.
Okay, well, I like this because now that the games are I know Trudy puts us on a budget here, but I like to extend this a little bit as we get some games winding down.
Sure.
The Browns kicker is warming up.
The Browns kicker is warming up with 20 seconds to go. I see it. And the Browns are actually in a chance to beat the Packers, which I would absolutely love. But at the same time, I would love to see the Cowboys win. You've got a couple games. This is why you love the NFL.
Yes.
To be honest with you, a win's a win. Do you think the Rams right now, as we buy a little more time, can the Rams pull
They got like 10 more yards to get in field goal range.
Not if you're with the Cowboys. You only got to run it 2 yards.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, everybody needs an Aubrey.
But then the game that's watching me right now is Cleveland and Green Bay.
Yeah.
You got good old Flacco in the back.
I wish they had Aubrey right now. I mean, this game would be over.
They're getting ready to launch their little play here. Let's see what happens. I think we got there it is, the Cleveland Browns. You got 5 seconds. You got to spike this. You got to spike it. They're going to. The Cleveland Browns have a shot to beat the Green Bay Packers.
This will be a 57-yarder?
Are there any Green Bay Packer fans in the bar right now? If not, sorry. If so, sorry. But at the same time, the Rams are struggling here. That could have been a pass interference.
That should have been a flag.
But again, we want to thank you guys for joining us today. We're going to wind down, and we're going to count you down to the Chicago Bears and Dallas Cowboys. Again, thanks for joining us. Make sure that you join us here again on Tuesday. Until then, we'll see you then. Have a good Sunday.
Thank you.